CMA Dr. Basu is a digital evangelist and engaged in research and consulting activities. He is currently Senior Director Services of Strategy Consulting Private Limited.
Thank you all the members and organizers of Kochi Chapter of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. This is my third speaking or third occasion of this year where I am speaking at a chapter conference. I was first in Dhanbad, then in Navi Mumbai, and now in Kochi. So it's kind of homecoming for me, and despite all my problems or whatever it is, I can't say no to at least cost accountants. So back in 1978, I passed as a cost accountant, and perhaps I do not know whether I'll be able to complete the golden jubilee of my clearing CMA exam, but let me see, I'll try my best. So today, this is my topic, and I speak on this subject for last about 7-8 years, and as I also spoke sometime in Moscow back in 2016. What I will be speaking will be all coming out from my contributions in the Management Accounting Journal, which I am doing since September 2019 without a break. You will not get my articles for 3 months, April, May, June, because of the code of conduct issue. Otherwise, I'll continue to write, hopefully. So whatever I will be speaking out, those will be coming out of this, and at the center stage, you find my Moscow talk, which is there in my personal YouTube channel, where you can also learn about various aspects of digital technologies. You can, of course, look at my book, published by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. I'm always at your beck and call through LinkedIn, about 18,600 plus connections, so you can always connect with me anytime and every time, and I assure you that every single message will be responded by me. So with that few words, I'll also want to tell you that my presentation from now onwards, I'll be using many graphics which are drawn from freely available internet. So I owe my debt to them who has designed those graphics and make it simple for us to understand digital transformation. The bottom line, what you are seeing is one part of a code which was done for the blockchain solution which I tried to design for agriculturists. And today, on the strength of this, I'll be doing a presentation. I have only 4-point agenda, nothing much to talk about, but I have about 45-50 minutes. Give me a buzz at around 10th minute before so that I can stop, because when a person like me or a professor, they start talking, they don't stop. They don't know where to start, but they don't know where to stop. That's the problem with professors. Okay, so I'll start first with imperatives of digital transformation and solution design. So let's see what we are talking about, digital transformation. So I will start with the Human Rights Commission, that is United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. You know, in 1948 at the Paris Conference, this particular declaration was done, and this declaration has got 30 articles altogether. Out of these 30 articles, almost 197 countries have adopted all the 30 articles for designing their constitution. And in those 30 articles, article number 1, 3, 12, 28 and 29, these are fundamentally very important for corporates to create digital solution. The first important is that people are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So you can't make a person slave through your digitally designed solution, and cannot encroach his rights. He has right to life, right to liberty, and right to security of person. So you can't break that. There cannot be any arbitrary interference in his privacy, family life, and personal life. So your digital solution has to ensure that you do not get into those He has a social and international order in which rights and freedom can coincide. So you cannot create a kind of a situation through your digital transformed systems and processes that Article 28 is violated. Now, last but not the least, these rights which are there in the Human Rights Declaration can be only limited by law of the country. Nobody else can block those. So if you encroach into rights of human beings through your digitally resolved problems, you will be doing a mistake. So you just ensure that you give due recognition and respect to the rights and freedoms of people through your solutions. So let's understand that this is the Bible of digital transformation. And OECD said, being able to measure people's quality of life, that means anything which you do through digital transformation, if the quality of life of people doesn't improve, then your solution is not the solution which people will accept. So that's the beauty of OECD's guidelines. So I'll gradually build the topic. So let me talk about the cornerstones of digital transformation. The first cornerstone is the well-being of people. If people are not, life is not made better, your solution is a failure. It should be inclusive, for inclusive growth, inclusive smile, inclusive happiness, shared values. Security and safety in any case has to be honored. CMS come in the rather next two items is accountability and trust. So unless your solutions which you have designed, you owe the accountability, you owe the trust creation position, you are not in a position to say my solution is a success. Finally, at the end of the day, guys like him who are consulting, giving consultation to corporates will say, hey, are you here for doing charity? Answer is no. So what are you doing? You are doing two things. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना, एक आदमी 2 दिन ही पीते हैं, जिस दिन बारिश होता है उस दिन पीते हैं, जिस दिन बारिश नहीं होता है उस दिन पीते हैं. So a cost accountant does the same thing. He does anything and everything for two things. One is maximization of value creation and minimization of value destruction. So whenever you do digital transformation, you have only two objectives. Either you maximize value or you minimize value destruction. Okay. So in this web communication technology, anything and everything we deliver through internet. In the internet space, what are the things we deal with? We deal with people first, essentially. You have a digital drawing room in the form of Facebook. Then we deal with ideas. Any solution is an idea, either to do an existing thing in a better way or to get something new which is serving the latent demand of the society. Like before you reach home, your food is ready. Somebody has delivered for you because you have ordered it. Next is the internet of data. We create a lot of structured and unstructured data when the internet gives us the benefit of creating those. And finally, Internet of Things. Many of you are wearing a watch which is doing a lot of work for you. Tomorrow your refrigerator will be an Internet of Things because your refrigerator will be ordering the food for you, the chicken for you, the vegetables for you, because it will be having smart devices. So in this process, you are making people to behave in certain manner. So when you are doing digital solution, you are also dealing with internet of behavior. People are behaving in certain manner and you are expecting to people behave. In the process, CMS are doing what? Again, maximization of value creation or minimization of value destruction. Okay, so what you do? You have to build on 5 pillars so far as you as a CMS is concerned. Trust, shared value proposition, value experience, ease of application and sustainability. As you know, SEBI has already talked about 1,000 companies of India top. They have to report sustainability and director's responsibility. So from the business perspectives, what are the things you as a CMO would look at? Your own business, your own customer, your own product, your own teamwork, your own promotion, your own development, your own budget, and finally, your own analysis to go forward. And what is the binding force? Obviously, strategy. Correct? Do you agree with it? Can I proceed further with this foundation? Okay, fine. So, when you go for digital transformation, add 4 more D's into it. 4 more D's to digital. The first D is discover. The second D is design. The third D is deliver. And the fourth D is de-risk. So, what you are designing essentially, you are designing a solution which are making your customer to do something better, or making your customer to do something they have never done before that way. Right? Now, in the process, what you do this. This is an internationally developed model for startups. When you want to do a successful business modeling, essentially what you do, you target an area, say healthcare, agriculture, education. You understand the need which is lying unserved or underserved, and you try and propose that these are the unique benefits you will convey or you will deliver through your systems. So once you have ideated those things, that is your discovery has been done, you get into your capture modeling. That's the value capturing modeling. That value capture you do through revenue and cost. Essentially, the balance is your return. Once you do this through your ideation, you get into resource and activities, and the process moves on. Okay, so this business modeling, if it is done without discovery, designing, and delivery and de-risking process, what will be essentially missing is the strategy part of it. Any unique idea will not succeed unless it has been clubbed with all this which I was talking about. So this value designing for value delivery with a value technology has to have another 4 Ds added to the first D, that is digital transformation. And you have to play a role. This is an internationally acclaimed model. For any business modeling, you can study it further. So now you are getting into the brass tacks. So what is the brass tacks? You have got 5 tasks and you have got 3 groups. The first group is your digitization, manual to digital. The most misunderstood word in this world, in today's world, is digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation. People understand to a certain extent digitization. I have spoken to people all around the world, in very many countries. Digital transformation as a phrase is the most misunderstood phrase. And I will try to help you in my own way to understand this subject. So what you do, you deal with digitization, then you go for analytics, and finally you go for operations. And when you do this, you have your people, you have your data, you have your insights, you have your actions, and you have your results. These 5 actions you have to work on for technology orientation, data science orientation, process people culture orientation, and new ways of doing things. Right now, girls, please don't mind. Digital transformation is not a lipstick project that you decorate your company. Digital transformation is not a destination project that you do something and that's done. Digital transformation is a journey, because once you come here, you have generated huge quantum of data, you'll get into analytics again, get insights, do predictive modeling, go for the next step. Okay? If you have to do that, then this is what is where I am trying to help to develop the understanding of digital transformation. I'll give you an example. First is innovation. You want to do something new. Second is digitization. That means instead of doing pen and paper work, you start working with a solution which was digitally designed. Then you go for digitalization. That solution will help you to work to minimize human intervented or human oriented work. And finally, digital transformation. Let us take the case of a banker. A banker used to give you loan after you submitted the application in some physical form. The bankers used to look at the form, look at the documents, process, pass it on to the recommendatory authority. The recommendation used to be given. Finally, there is an authority done. A check is issued. You get the check physically. It is deposited to your bank account and the loan is disbursed. Then again a manual letter that your interest is overdue or installment is overdue and the process is so on. Now the bank has introduced a portal where you upload your document and your application and provide your information. Bank downloads those data and start following the same process. Only the application and data collection part is now digitized. Digitalization comes up when the bank gives access to those people in their own system who will process the application, review the application, approve the application, and the whole thing will trigger an accounting entry that the loan has been disbursed, and that will trigger another action to Treasury Department of Bank that the loan will be disbursed and directly credited to your account. The money, and bank will create its own asset account in the form of a loan given. Okay, now so far it is digitalization, right? Manual to digitalization of process. We have not reached digital transformation as yet. You are 200% sure that this is where digital transformation ends? I am at least 200% sure that's not. Now take the case, what is digital transformation? Unless the digitalization of your business helps you to create a new business model and a new revenue model, you are not a successful digital transformer of your business as a cost accountant. So what do you have to do? You have to understand that how the new system, which I have enabled by robotic process automation, that means today the data earlier used to be accessed by people like me and you. You are working in the bank, processing it, doing it. My work is also taken out, and I have introduced a robotic process automation where the system will process, the system will generate the entry, the system will disburse the loan. No human being is necessary. This is the advanced stage of digitalization again. Still digital transformation is not done. So robotic process automation is digitalization, not digital transformation. As long as you are not in a position to create a new business model or a new revenue model, your digital transformation is not complete. So what do you do? Suppose a customer has gone to, how much time have spent? 15? More. 20? Okay, chalo. So I hope I am not talking all stupid and rubbish. Hopefully something making sense to you. Is it yes? Is it rubbish? You are putting your hand, that means it is rubbish, I should get out. Okay, fine. So let me talk about further. So this bank decides to put an API, application program interface, between Amazon's Prime's e-commerce website and the bank's website. So you have purchased a very expensive consumer goods which is a lakh of rupees. We have purchased a two-door refrigerator, 1,25,000. So the moment you want to check out, one notice pops up. Would you like to have avail of consumer loan? The moment you say yes, Amazon says that you have been taken to such and such bank's website. So you guys say yes, you will be taken to bank's website, and now the bank's digitalization system will crop up. And they will say, if you want to have a loan, please pick up your data which is already there in your phone. You just upload certain data, certain document, and your application is processed by robotic process automation. The loan is disbursed, money goes to Amazon in 5 to 7 minutes time. You are walking out with your item, or your item is ready for delivery. Has the bank created a new business model? Answer is yes. Has the bank created a new revenue model? Answer is yes. So long this integration of two platforms of the bank and the Amazon was not integrated. Integration of two independent digitalization of business is now creating an opportunity to create a revenue model for the bank. And that is digital transformation. So digital transformation is not a lipstick project. It is neither something which a destination, it's a journey. So this is that story which I was talking about. So essentially, you are laying, in the process of digital transformation, you are first laying down the foundation. Then you are seeing the full elephant in one go, the whole digitalization of your own business process versus the business process of your technology business partner. Then you are going for prioritizing of offering the simple app to your customer. And this time the app is not in your phone. This time the app is in the website of Amazon. And finally, the new business model comes in. So what you have in digital transformation, you have 5 building blocks in digital transformation. The first building block is operational backbone. That is the digitization you have done. Second is the shared customer insights. That is, customer would like to avail of loan which you have connected, this data you have collected from talking to your other business partner. The customer would like to have such kind of a loan if it is affordable, etc., etc. Then the digital platform, both you have created and your business partner has created. Then comes the accountability framework. GDPR is the best framework which is available so far in the world. And finally, external developer platform. You may take your own developed software, or you can use external software, whatever it is. Where the cost accountants come? Cost accountants come in these 3 white stars: operational backbone, shared customer insights, and accountability framework. You come at every place, but these are the places where your role is more. And you also come as an auditor of the system. So when you do digital transformation, your job doesn't end there, because you have to go for predictive insight as you go forward. Predictive insight means that whatever you have done business in last 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, you have to understand where you are. So you have to design your solution with a 7 layer of digital transformation, 7 layers. The first layer is your data aggregation layer. Second layer is your data management layer. Third layer is your workflow automation. Fourth, process component. Fifth, platform interface integration, end-to-end processing and front-end software. I don't want to get into all this, but let me tell you one thing. If you have to have a sustainable software in the form of digital transformation, these 7 layers are very, very important and vital. If you miss any layer, your solution is not sustainable. I will skip this slide. These are the benefits of digital transformation, which all of you know. I will now get into a couple of things. So what we have learned so far? We have learned The main thing is to keep the main thing as the main thing. The main thing is to keep the main thing as the main thing. So what is the main thing? Main thing is shared value proposition, right? The second learning point is what has brought us from there to here will not take us there. First, second and third. Between first and second and third industrial revolution, there were about 9 to 10 decades. Between third industrial revolution to fourth industrial revolution, between 1970 to roughly about 2000, there are only 3 decades. And it is being seen and construed that the fifth industrial revolution has already started in the form of DeFi, DOA, Metaverse, and DSCI, decentralized science. You don't have to go to library or you don't have to go to laboratory for doing a laboratory test. Metaverse will do for you. So, fifth industrial evolution has started and the generation Z has also come and generation A is waiting. These guys do not come under your diktat. You do design the solution with kitchen technology. What is kitchen technology? When you go enter the kitchen in the morning, you decide what you want to cook for that day. And if it is a vegetarian day, you cook vegetable food. Because all the ingredients are available, you have a steamer, oven in front of you. But today's solutions which have been given to you, are these in the form of kitchen technology? Answer is no. What the app provider has told you, you have to do the same way. You are being dictated by the app provider. In tomorrow's solutions are coming in such a way that these solutions will come in the form of ingredients for cooking. Vegetable, chicken, spices, oil, handi, hardi, karchi, everything, and you want to cook. That means the digital transformation will be done by you. App will provide you the ingredients. That is what is coming up. So, what we are essentially talking about? We are talking about change management. We are talking about mindset management. We are talking about transformational mindset. The previous speaker said, never say no to technology. Now, how do you do that? You do by transformational mindset. If you have to have a transformational mindset, first thing you have to have your own capability. So you cost accountants and executives of tomorrow have to enable yourself. How do? You do synchronous learning, that is go to a school and learn it, or do asynchronous learning. Go to YouTube, read books, hear out how people have done it. You know, strategic pillaring. You saw, I gave you the model on the side. You do a strategic pillaring. That how to create a value capturing, how to identify a value. So you as a cost accountant have to play the role of the evangelist of your organization for digital transformation. I call myself as a gospeler. If you go to my YouTube site or my LinkedIn site, I don't call myself as an evangelist. I call myself as a gospeler. I tell stories. What I'm doing, I'm telling stories to you. So, people say that मेरी 30 साल की पुरानी business है, 50 years old business, 70 years old business. Suddenly you professors come somewhere, you old haggard. Answer is yes. You must be facing the same problem when you go to your client. You have a business vision, you have a business mission, you have a business culture, you have a business value system, you have an existing business strategy. If you have to digitally transform the business, you just can't break this whole edifice of your existing business. You have to align your business and digital transformation strategies in the same line. And it cannot be done in one day. You have to gradually do it. And gradually, when you go for doing it, it's a bloodless cultural revolution. And who will be the harbinger of this revolution? You, the CMAs. Am I right? So never ever get into any digital transformation project which doesn't align with your business vision, mission and culture. And finally, not only culture is the issue, it's not that you'll be able to align everything with your existing business vision and mission, not possible. So you become the change agent to gradually change it. Because at the end of the day, what has brought us from there to here will not take us there. So it has to be a change. But changing is a problem, and that's true bloodless change. Okay. So when you go for bloodless change, you have to prove it by data analysis. You have to tell your bosses कि सर देखो ऐसा ऐसा होता है. कैसा कैसा होता है? You are doing previously reporting from your SAP and Oracle. So you are dealing with low complex data. You had a standard report, you had ad hoc report, you had query drill down report, etc., etc. At best, you have applied the advanced tools of Excel. But now you are getting into complex data where you are using my photograph as a data, my annual return as a data. The photographs I upload after coming from a tour of US, you are using that as a data to understand my what all I have bought there, so that those things can be brought to India and sold in India. So you are getting into tactical analysis. You are going alert, statistical analysis, and forecasting. So what happened, how many, how often, where exactly is the problem, what needs alteration, why is this happening? And finally, what is the trend that is going to continue? That means a futuristic model building and forecasting. And finally, after getting insights from your business, you get into optimization of your business. So digital transformation ultimately helps in strategy building for your business and remains sustainable with continuous strategization with the emerging business ecosystem and the environment, which is changing day by day. Because we have added to VUCA 2 more letters. VUCA, you understand, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. We have added 2 more letters, which is called VUCA FU. FU को FU से बुला नहीं सकते हो. FU means fear of unknown, and U means unprecedentedness, which has been told to us by Corona. So a virus has given you lifetime lessons, and add 2 more words to VUCA called VUCA FU. If the VUCA FU has to be handled, this is your model. So what you need, I'll skip this, I've already spoken about it. Value, technology, and trust. That is the solution designing model. I don't want to get into it. This is where I would like you to think through. This is, I have done one Navaratna company's 2 days management development program only on this slide. Quadrennium of thinking. 2 full days we have spent only on this site with the help of case studies. Now we, the cost accountants, we are mostly using our left brain. Logic, sequencing, linear thinking, mathematics, analysis of facts and thinking worlds. We hardly use the right side of our brain. You train yourself. If you have to use the right side of your brain, you have to train yourself. Like when you see a person hungry on the street, your right side of the brain becomes compassionate and gives him or her some money. So when your business is in distress, can you use only your left side of the brain and say, okay, इसमें से ही solution you will be able to build up? No. You have to get into critical thinking, you have to get into design thinking, you have to get into radical thinking, and you have to get into strategic thinking. Radical thinking means you have to get into the root of the problem. That's why this is the square root sign, right? That's why icon masters have created a square root sign for radical thinking. You have to get into the root of the thing. You have to get into the root of the problem of your business. Not only today's root, what new root of the problem is going to be tomorrow. And that's where we are coming out with digital solutions. So you have to look for imagination, holistic thinking, intuition, creativity, rhythm, non-verbal clues, feelings, visualization, and daydreaming. Can you think of solutions which to you is very simple? Those who have done it, they were the daydreamers, right? So unless cost accountants are daydreamers, they will not be able to create solutions. So I used one word, de-risking, right? Will step-driven technology help you in de-risking? Answer is no. Will unstructured business organization without appropriate knowledge, training, and skill builds will create a good structure? No. The weakest link will be the people, unchanged mindset. So you, the cost accountants, have to map your organization and the solutions you are building in the context of this. Now, if you say that in the context of security, I have protected the outer periphery of our business and the inner periphery is not protected and we will not be having domino effect, the answer is no. That's not going to happen. So, please never think that de-risking is a simple task or that is the task I'll do at the end. I wrote an article, Audit 4.0, where I have said de-risking as a task has to start from the day we conceive a project. Selecting a technology comes much later. So, whether you are disruption or disruption, that's not the point. You may be doing a disruptive digital transformation when you can kill some products. That's a different thing you can do later. So, this is something which you will not get in any book. Hope you can read it. If you have to design a successful digital solution, Dr. Basu's 8WH principle you must have to follow. That's my request to you. Please read it. In a Dubai conference, about 1,000 people were there from Middle East and Asia and Europe. They hugged me after coming down from the dais. He said, Dr. Basu, we have not thought through in one slide all these issues in such simplistic way. And this is what I've written about. So whether you destruct, that is your destructive disruption, that means torch has been destructed, compass has been destructed, amateur cameras have been destructed by your smartphone, whether you do a disruption which is destructive or destructive disruption, or you have to do a business process disruption, these 8WH principles will help you. Of course, your solution has to be green, which blockchain is now becoming green computing. You cost accountants must learn one more art, which is called ethical hacking. No solution should be given out without ethical hacking, and it should be done every month. In fact, my next article, which will come out in August, will be on ethical hacking. This is what I am talking every conference I am going, but hardly any corporate has an ethical hacking team. There are lots of methods what you can do for ethical hacking. And a couple of things now from the context of humanization of digital transformation. Economic Times annual conference, I talked about this aspect. It is there in my personal YouTube channel. You can hear it out. This is my last, another 5 minutes, I'll finish. To this lady who is America's representative to Human Rights Commission, she is a professor of Stanford University. She said, you mind 4 words when you go for digital transformation, that you are not biased. Biased to business, biased to yourself, biased for the product, biased for the customer, biased for the society as a whole. You should be balanced. You should not discriminate. The moment you remember the United Nations, those 5 articles of human rights, you will forget what is discrimination and loss of accountability. That's the last thing you can do. So, I thought this is what I should present to you. Technology doesn't have morality, emotion, ethics, and value generation skill of its own. But the technologies have it, right? The technology may not have, because it's an inanimate thing, but you have the brain in you. So don't create a solution where these things can be attacked by somebody, or you do not yourself attack ethics, morality, emotion, and value generation issues through your solution. Your technological solution must have to be built in such a manner that people with ulterior motives will not be able to abuse your technology in a manner where inclusive growth will not happen, unethical things will happen, immoral things will happen, human rights will be violated. No, don't do that. Success of DT will depend upon those human qualities of solution builders, leaving least scope for anyone to use with any ulterior motive. It should be grounded on the human foundation of sustainable shared values. It should be grounded on the principle of universal altruism. We have all red blood. The world is one and people are one. The world is a village of people who lives under the sun. So any solution you design should not be only applicable for India. With little bit of tweaking, it should be applicable. Then only your business will multiply. You will get more revenue. You will get more business models. So when you keep solution designing in mind, keep the world in your view, not India in your view. And finally, 7 Ts and 7 Ps of technology, which I presented in Moscow. If you have to be successful in technology, you have to respect 7 Ts. You have to respect technology, talent, truth, trust, transparency, tenacity, and timeline. Many of the startups fail because of not respecting timeline. So these 7 Ts have to be respected. What are the 7 Ps you have to respect as a professional? You have to respect people, you have to respect patience, you cannot be impatient, you have to respect passion, you have to respect perseverance, piety, purity, and penance. And finally, this is my 10 commandments for digital transformation. 10 commandments for digital transformation. You won't get in any book. This is an articulation of mine. Humanity first. Reduce complexities. Reimagine consumption. Go for creative destruction. Don't destruct anything if you cannot create more values. Manage climate emergency. Redistribute power and wealth. Be accountable without discrimination. Fix imbalances of humanity and technology. Enhance technology with universal altruism. And finally, let imagination and ethics lead transformation. So these 10 commandments you must remember. I'll quote Gurudev and finish my talk. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. And I acted and behold that service was joy. So for CMS, service should be joy. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you so much. I thought you will ask as much question in the panel discussion because keynote sessions are generally not with questions. Our panelists will be answering all questions. I don't understand digital transformation at all. So these learned speakers will be doing. But if you have any question, I can definitely answer. If you can give them some mic. So I'm saved.